bana almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Exe katutura is, katutura west. Ali mesa funny kasi is, bay makar. Katutura is, katutura west. Ali mesa funny kasi is, almales, bana, bana bo, bana almales, bana, bana bo, bana. Banabo. Almales, bana, banabo, bana, almales, bana, banabo, bana, almales, bana, banabo, bana, almales, bana.
I'm reformed, come on. Don't think because I'm reformed, I'm not. No! Koffie speel.
Ja, nee, morgen.
It's a Friday.
Het is vrijdag hier zo in de studio.
Yep.
Ons is hier zo. Welcome to the Morning Mix.
Hello.
Good morning, Friday.
Duitser,
Jebo,
is hier recht.
ek is reg.
Is hier recht.
I'm ready.
Daar sê. Ons hoor jou nie, ons sien jou net.
Ja.
Nee, ons sien jou nie, ons hoor jou net.
Miskien die kameraman. Ah, daar's die kameraman.
Daar kom. Hey, where you? Hey, line. Ja, go. Ja, los me it. Coffee, it's a Friday.
Yes.
How's, probably it was Thursday yesterday.
Yes.
So, let me ask, what time did you go home?
What, from work?
No.
Or from where?
You know the lifestyle you and me have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was home, I think, at 11:30.
Yeah, I think me too. I was at an event last night and I'm struggling a bit this morning.
Oh, really? Shall we fetch you some water?
Yeah, but I'm struggling for other reasons.
Uh-huh.
The cuisine that I had last night was Mexican food. Orale.
Have you been to the boiler already?
My broer, ek dink ek was in die boiler for good 20-25 minutes.
So we must bring you ice packs.
Dit gaan die hele tyd net so, the peppers and everything
Put
is...
the toilet paper in the freezer.
She's doodreg.
So you're working for NASA. Rocket man.
Here coffee. Is nie maklikie. But I don't know if you've ever had or you guys ever had, like full on Mexican food.
Yeah, spicy stuff.
Spicy stuff.
I gotta love it. Love spicy
Nee,
stuff. That's why I like Thai food as well. It's
Oh, Thai food. Coffee, it's a Friday morning.
This,
spicy. Give us some good news.
Ja, ek dankie.
whoever is in charge of this news that we get.
Nee.
No?
Yeah, whoever is in charge of the news is in charge of the country.
Exactly.
Yeah. So give us the good news.
Monte News. Monte News. Firm but fair.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. A man has been accused of raping a 31-year-old male resident at the Okandangwena village, the Namibia police in the Oshana region has confirmed. According to Nampol Community Affairs Officer Inspector Thomas Ayambo, the suspect and victim were walking home from kuka shops when the suspect allegedly ordered the victim to undress. He refused, but the suspect undressed him, ordered him to bend over, and raped him. The incident, which occurred last week, was reported only recently after the victim's mother heard about the incident from visitors at the kuka shops. The Evangelical Lutheran Church in Namibia is in a race against time to find someone to replace late Reverend Martin Ngoji, the bishop-elect of the Eastern Diocese, who died in September before his consecration that was scheduled to take place this month. Even the installation of Reverend Gideon Nitenge as the new head of the Western Diocese is no longer happening on the 12th of November as initially planned. And finally, following the postponement last year due to stringent COVID-19 regulations, the Okapia annual sport tournament is back and has been scheduled for next month. The tournament will take place from the 17th to the 19th of December at the 11 Morning Stars sport field near the Andimba Yatoivo Airport at Ondangwa. Tournament organizer Sandra Itana said that despite the postponement last year, they are hoping to host a bigger and better tournament this time around. Your Trustco share price today, the 5th of November, is at $2.22 per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 50 cents, against the euro at 18 Namibia dollars, and against the British pound at 21 Namibia dollars and 20 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Monte News. Monte News. Firm but fair.
1894 saw a great need for general goods and equipment being brought in from Europe, and thus Vermont Brock was established. Now, 127 years later, we still aim to provide you with an affordable variety of products at easily accessible supermarkets along the coast and in the north of Namibia. Your Vermont, your specials, your supermarkets.
Coffee, in your nuusberig,
Yeah.
you're talking about a soccer tournament.
Yes. I
What
wanted
is-
to
what
ask
is-
you,
what is it called?
the Okapia annual sport tournament.
Yeah,
Does
but
Okapia mean cup?
Nee, want ek het nog gedink jy sê Okapi.
Nee, nie die messe nie.
Oh.
That is not the game.
Neville.
The Okapi knives, they come out after the game. Then everybody stabs each
If you're
other.
Shivambo, you know it's like 2 worlds apart.
It's the world's apart.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, if you say, for example, Epia,
Okay.
that's where you plow your field.
I see.
Aha.
Yeah, so I'm saying that is closer than Okapi. It just sounds similar, but it's
Ja. Dis hoekom ek nou
Yeah,
the
but
moment-
but it's named after a prominent person.
I see. Oh.
Oh, right. So Okapia was an individual, was
Yeah,
a person?
It was
Okay.
the area and then a person.
Right,
I
okay.
see. Duitser, wat sê jy?
Okay.
Hoe lyk die coronavirus?
Before we get to the coronavirus,
Oh, yeah.
it's interesting that, people win prizes, but they never collect them.
in this day
Yeah.
and age.
Yeah. So
Kofi-
Yvonne Abisai, she was notified on her Facebook inbox that she has won the Vermont Rock competition winners. Now, according to the terms and conditions, if she does not respond on the message before the 9th of November, she will forfeit her voucher. So Yvonne Abisai, please go to your messenger inbox on Facebook and please go and reply on this voucher because you won this fantastic voucher. So all listeners that enter for competitions should check their Facebook inbox and respond as soon as they receive a notification message. Then we've also got Marian Amakutuva. She was another lucky winner and has received her $500 Namibia Vermont Rock voucher. So next Friday, we will again announce lucky winners. So please follow the Informate Live Facebook page for the weekly competitions.
So there are people in this country who have the luxury, if they enter a competition,
Right.
that they just, leisurely just forgets, to check their messages.
Yeah, but maybe it's human also. to
Yes,
maybe not.
nonsense. It's ons honger. As ek 'n kompetisie ingeskryf het, nee, I will check my handles constantly
Yes.
to see of ek die ding gewen het. So, I think we're probably going to decide internally, what's her name?
Yvonne Abisai.
Yvonne Apisai. As jy nie die prys kom vat nie, it probably goes back into the kitty and we just have to redraw it. then again.
I think so.
I'm the type that would win $1 million and then I have like 2 weeks to claim it and I'll
Just
not claim it.
wander
Those
around
2
in the
weeks.
park oblivious, looking at the birds.
I'm just,
Maar Maria, jy must sort it.
no, it's not even about being so. I don't know. Yeah, I'm slow with that stuff. So I get her.
I will be calling those people from the day I entered the competition. Het ek nie gewen nie. Kyk vir my asseblief of my kaart nie getrek
Is
is.
julle seker?
Kyk mooi, is Mich met 'n M.
Have these results been audited?
Yes.
Elke dag bel ek vir Woerman. Ek bel die ek bel vir Trasco. Elke dag vra ek jong.
Yeah.
Neville, is daar nie iets daar nie vir my?
Yeah.
I'm like that with competitions at the
Yeah.
brewery.
Oh,
Yes, very focused.
Focus, man.
I remember years ago when I was staying in England, I would play the national lottery every Wednesday and Saturday. It drove me
Insane.
crazy, insane, because you buy that lottery ticket and you scratch it or you fill out what you kies mos die nommers.
Yeah.
And then every Saturday and Wednesday evening,
You sit in front of the TV.
I say, I'm going to be the first Namibian millionaire in England. And I believe that bullshit.
Yeah.
I was depressed every time.
Was it this Tata Ma Cash, Tata Ma Millions? This
Yeah,
one?
Tata
Oh.
Machanch. But
Tata
obviously in London.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it was the London, the British lottery. But yeah,
And then you get people who win it twice.
yeah, hey,
How's that?
hey. Yeah, that's bigger than Fisheron.
Yes.
Ja. Maar sê vir ons Kofi, hoe lyk jy weer
Ja.
in die coronavirus?
Sorry for the sad news that I gave you guys, but we've got some very good news because the coronavirus active cases today is at 471.
From 6.
It went from 800, 700, then to 690, and this morning it's 471.
That's good.
Is it? Do you think it's that we don't have new infections, or that maybe the symptoms are just so mild that people don't even know?
Exactly, because the daily new cases and the deaths are both at 0. But we've also questioned these figures quite often. Nou, ons los dit net so.
Vedi Kayere, if
Mensen
you're
met
watching,
iPhones.
if you're watching the show,
Don't change the figures.
Ritrapehi. Yeah. Ritrapehi. Sit still. We don't need your opinion on our coronavirus.
Just,
Yes.
just so that to get some context, Betty, if we say 10 people have died, it's 10 people.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
if the report.
Ja, ons soek nie jou storie.
We know the doctors. At Katutura Hospital, we know them. We call them and ask who died.
Yes.
I ill.
And they say Tate
So is it
Philemon,
like
Tate Petros,
Yeah.
Mr. Smith.
But guys, this is such good news.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it is.
Fantastic.
400.
Yesterday was
400.
670.
Yes.
Hello.
Something happened overnight.
600 years.
Does he?
Neville, die pad is oop weer.
Yeah. Just check if that clinic is gone there.
It's gone, but
He,
the
he would
roads-
have made the worst traffic officer in the whole world. Hy sou die slegste speedkop gewees het.
Neville, I've often wondered, like with COVID, if your husband gets sick with COVID and his side chick also has COVID, do you just assume that they were together?
Ooh, the
Mavutus.
Mavutus. If the Mavutus get COVID, it's
Listen, I can't relate. Okay. Don't ask me these nonsense questions
on air.
on air. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, why are you looking at me? Hoekom kyk jy nie daai nama wat daar sit nie? Of hierdie Duitser wat dis. Why are you asking me?
Look, I am on my born again sex drive. I cannot be doing those stuff, so she knows
It is not you.
it's not me. I don't know side chicks and stuff.
You know what? At the time, Merja, when I was sick, it's I'm lying there. You know, obviously, my vrouw was taking care of me. She sleeps next to me at night. She turns me, says, "Vryf my as ek hier pyn wat." I'm coughing. I feel like I'm coughing on a cement floor. That is
Yes.
how dry my cough was. Sy het nie siek geword nie.
same with me.
Ek verstaan
Same
nie.
with me.
Nee?
Showed the same symptoms, but didn't get sick.
But
the man flu is worse than the normal flu.
it is.
We all know that. Man flu
No,
is
jy nie
terrible.
gaan
It's
Huh? Het hoe?
Jy nie gejol nie.
Wie?
Gela.
Nee, ons het nie gejol nie. Wat? Mevrou Goede?
Ja.
Nee, wietlus vir
we WhatsApped each other.
Mevrou, jy hoor mos
Gou-
so wat sê
Before
Neville.
you got COVID, I
Mevrou,
You need
jy
to
hoor wat sê
exchange
Neville. Hy sê nee,
saliva.
wat sê.
Oh,
Kyk, hy's disgusted. Come on, look.
After 20 years, daar word nie gejol nie.
wie het lus vir goudngariep as 'n mens? Nee, hou net op.
Neville hou tog op. Man.
But that's a good question. I mean, in general.
Yes.
We'll discuss.
We'll discuss.
Yeah, yeah.
After we get the weather.
Exactly. Hold that beer. Yeah. Coffee?
the weather.
Asseblief.
So in the interior, partly cloudy and hot today to very hot with a few thunder showers in the northeast in places. The windy weather will persist in the interior. Then looking at the coast, partly cloudy and cool with fog patches. Dust storms are most likely in the south at times. That is Mich's place.
Ja.
Nee, daar waar Mich vandaan kom.
Sy dit jy?
Yeah. And the wind light to fresh southwesterly at first, becoming stronger in the south a little bit later. Maximum temperatures for today in Windhoek 32. Going to the coast, Walvis Bay 23 with Swakop 19. Then we're going to the Zambezi region, Katima Mulilo at 38 degrees Celsius. Lekker warm daarso. Then Okongo 36, Omuthia 37, and Ondangwa 38. Coming down, going to Ochivarongo at 36, then Rehoboth at 33, Marienthal is at 38, and Keetmanshopeloos is at 32.
Koffie sê gou,
Keetmanshopeloos.
charige eipes.
Wat?
Charige eipes.
Charaga Abes.
Look twice.
Quiz.
Hey,
What
maar jy
is
is
that?
goed jong Coffee.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
practicing.
You're doing better than me.
Yeah.
Ja.
Every day you have to say something in our
Yeah.
native
But the
terms.
problem is I have to remember it, and
Yeah,
that
you
is
No,
the
that's
issue.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. The fact that you can,
You can
Unlike-
do the clicks, man.
Yeah.
unlike certain people,
No, it's okay.
yeah.
And just follow the eyes.
Look, me, even in our own language, we struggle with the L and the R, and you still want me to learn clicking sounds.
Yes.
Come on now. Come on now.
Gaan nie weer
Let
let
me
lolly,
first
yellow
concentrate
lolly.
on my R's and my L's. Let me
Yes.
get that right. Then we can add on.
Coffee, thank
Well, that's
you
it.
so
Thank you very
much.
much. Have a fantastic weekend.
Right,
Till
have a good
Monday.
one, Coffee.
you.
En
Thanks,
ja, kom,
Koffie.
ons is af.
Thanks.
Halfdag. I had a moment where I realized we were all on the MTC knockout project.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah, he was
Hey.
OCM.
My performance was the best, but I never just be honest.
No, but they really did. I'm not gonna. I mean, not because you're here. You guys really blew me away with your performance. It was you and Khuro.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that performance. And what was the song? I think it's also because I like the song.
Diabo batra. That's a dope song for Amaras, bro.
That's a song. I think it's the song as well.
Can we continue with the news, please? Can we?
Jy het nou net gedans nou omdat ons geniet.
Nee. Jy sal nie geniet word die storie.
Nee man.
That was really a project, nee. Okay.
Never get it.
Kan jy naam gat maak? Never again.
At least you could get away with it because it's like, it's not Neville, he's a comedian, so it's all part of the entertainment value.
I felt like shit. My daughter was giving me nonsense. Daddy, jy kan nie sing nie. Your father, Daddy, you tell me your father was one of the best singers in Namibia in the 60s and 70s and the 80s. Is this what you come up with? Daddy, please don't embarrass the family
You
like
saw
that
his
again.
performance, right?
Yeah, I
So,
did.
you know, we had to redo all
With
the
the
performances, right?
floppy.
And Neville was angry that he had to do it twice.
Yes, yeah. So, to come back to this nonsense question that you were asking, Joel ons nog of wat?
Yeah, Joel Jelenoch.
You know, there is there is such a okay. What Merja is asking, what you are asking,
French kissing.
I've been with Mevrou now for 21 years. Okay, we are used to each other. En Joel ons nog. Gewone Joel.
Yeah, mos.
Like, so see, onder die ligpaal. Ek gee my die tyd wat jy onder die ligpaal die cherry laat kom. Is die Joel emosie
So
nog.
is it die mense Jolly Mary?
You know what? When we wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
after we brush our teeth, yeah, because I like to kiss even before
Yeah.
brushing teeth. Mevrou does not like that. So after we brush our teeth, then hi, morning, honey, yeah, yeah. Then if we need to go somewhere or whatever,
Goodbye, honey.
goodbye or whatever. If I see you again, hi.
Yeah.
Maar as jy nou gaan kongora,
Joel wat die hat in die hare.
as jy nou gaan kongora,
Ja.
nee man.
Neville, bro.
No, I was just wondering because
know,
Hey,
people
Omka,
said
wat
you
lag
didn't-
jy daar?
you
Is jy
people
jou
said
besigheid
she didn't get COVID. You know what I mean? You had COVID, she didn't have COVID. I'm like, but Joel Jelani. Because that exchange of saliva is guaranteed you would both be sick.
But I've been kissing her for 21 years.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
must
sure it's not an exchange of saliva.
It's
Joel, your tongue down her throat. Joel.
op hierdie hele ouderdom, tongue down the throat, mevrou?
Yeah.
They're just making Neville say stuff now. Vra vir haar ook, Neville. Vra vir haar.
I'm still in those beginning stages.
Nieuwe verhouding. Okay, you know she's dating Frankie Fredericks. They are a couple. Okay, you guys have been dating for how long now?
Over here.
Is 'n
Over a
vinnige
year.
storie.
Okay, is 'n vinnige storie.
Is 'n vinnige storie. As ek kom sê so kan praat.
Yeah. So they've been together for a year. Okay. So sy moet net stil bly. Hulle Joel nog en verstaan jy? Try verstaan jy? Hallo, veteranske.
Sy sê sommer vir Frank, trek jou spikes aan. Is 200 meter hier. Fernandes 200 meter.
Anyway, swiftly moving on. So Joel, when did the Joel die out?
Nee, ek dink ons Joel, but not at the level that is expected for of jolling. You just find yourself suddenly, it's a Joel ek hoe gaan nou?
Jy gaan onthou.
Ja, Oh yeah.
Met de gel nog.
Nee, but seriously, to make it a project. Nee.
Never, you know, there was a thing that existed those years called squeezing.
Squeeze.
Ja, squeeze. Like, ek was die beste squeezer in onze locatie. Die cherries het geken. Mich squeezed, hy sê kniekop.
Sê kniekop.
Staf. Hulle sê mekaar oor Mich het kniekop daar in die locatie. Maar hy goede gebeur nie meer. So as jy nou getrouwd is en goede squeeze getrouwde mense ook. Like squeeze.
Nee, getrouwde mensen, het zit in.
Daar is die
Squeeze is
Squeeze is out.
squeeze is for kids that
Kids, huh?
you know, teenagers when they're not sexually active or they shouldn't be.
Oh
sexually
yeah.
active.
Hy squeezes
Jy
na.
squeeze mos, jy squeeze dan almal gaan iets doen. Jy voel jy het mos nog goed gedoen wat 'n mens groot mense doen. Verstaan jy? Maar jy yeah, it's innocent. It's supposed to.
Maar daar was tye nee. Wat jy squeeze, I'll say this slow so everybody. Daar was tye wat you squeeze so hard.
Itakram. Kijk, kom maar zien. Je veters is klaar vastgemaakt. Die veters,
Jy goed wat Neville hier praat.
je krimpt die. Voor de viewers, bestaan squeeze goed er nog, praat. Like, laat horen ons daar, die viewers. Bestaan die goed? Ik weet niet van die goed.
I remember as ek so klaar
I retired early.
daai krimp gekry het. Dan sê Merja, listen, I think let's leave this thing. Because I respect you very much. I think what we are busy doing is wrong.
It is.
Okay.
On so many levels.
So let me just walk you home en dan gaan ek huis toe. Hanna kom jy's klaar.
Jy's klaar. Jy's out of order.
Jy's tire bars. Is verby.
It was your second coming.
Ai elotsi. Suzette Oggerus. Ja, it's
Wat sê sy?
nee, sy lag net. Dis al wat sy sê. Ja.
My father, but you know, back then you were not scared of loving somebody. You know,
Yeah.
we used to love each other that time. Like you loved the keetmans out of somebody.
Nee.
Laat die mens later gaan sê, joh, is genoeg, die liefde is genoeg. Hou bietjie terug. Maar nou ons is skam om vir iemand lief te wees. Jy gaan sê, joh, bra, ek is lief vir die cherry, dan sê jy, joh, is verlief. Dan begin stryd, ja, ek is nie verlief nie. Dis net gevoelings. No, but why can't we just love people? Like,
Yeah.
you know, just love your person, be proud of that. Like, I love this person.
Yeah.
I love this human being.
I've always been the type of guy if I fall in love with someone, and I've been like that since my first relationship.
You wear your heart on your sleeve.
I wear my heart on my sleeve. I fall in love, hande, voete, everything. It's hey Merja, it's you and me.
Submerge yourself in it.
Submerge myself
That's
in
the
the
thing of
relationship.
creatives probably, eh? Because I only had 2 relationships in my life, ever.
Ne?
Yeah, the one girl that hurt me so bad, she told, this Neville, I'll tell you this story, you laugh about it. So, the guy she was stealing came there. So, he's like an older dude.
Mhm.
And she apparently told the dude that I'm her little brother. And this dude came to me and asked me, and Neville, ek staan uit die huis uit op, ek is die huise man, ek het 'n guai, ek rook my guai kalbors, die man sê, "What's your sister?" Neville, ek was so hartseer, ek het na 'n kerk toe gegaan om gesave te word, om born again te raak.
What's your sister?
Die man het my gevra, "Waar is jou suster?" En ek is like, "Vader van Keetmans." Daar bly 3 cherries hier so van die ander 2 cherries is jong.
Ja.
En jy's 'n groot man, toe sit ek mos 1 en 2 by mekaar. Ek is like, "Vader, wat maak ek met my hart nou?"
So how when you asked your girlfriend, ne? How do you throw me under the bus like that? What? How did she explain herself?
Neville, this is the thing about women. You're never gonna get a sorry.
Eh!
So just accept what she tells you at that moment. That's the least you'll get. She will never say, "I'm sorry." She'll explain to you like a dictator.
Yeah.
Like they lie like dictators. They're not like us. If we're caught in our lie, we start making up other lies just to protect the heart or what. When we lie like dictators, they be like, kijk hier zo. Ik denk die story het net terwijl ons praat uitgekom. So, als jy dit wil aanvaar dit. En als jy dit nie aanvaar nie, dan jy, ek slap rond met enige mens. Now you are in the boat. They lie like dictators. Like dictators will be like, yo, I treat you guys well, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
But you know you're starving.
Yeah.
And if you're telling people you're starving, I'm gonna execute you.
Yeah.
Because you're making me a liar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what happened. I walked away from that house that day, Neville. Ek onthou nog die skoene wat ek aangetrek het.
Jy was swart boy.
Oh,
Wat hy van die State House gestap het.
ek sê. Ek het gevoel soos Sapep se jacket wat gevat is. I was taken.
You was taken.
Ek sê. Wat is hoe dit gebeur, Neville? So, ons creatives is so, man. Ons gaan met alles in.
True.
Yeah.
Monica Lewinsky says, squeeze, jol, insert, slap, finish.
Ask her how old she is. How old are you, Monica?
Very Kayere never looks like that. Submerge goeders. Hey, by 20 over gaan. Yeah. Gate and Cut is hierdie Mich is unruly, guys.
No,
Laughing.
he really is.
This is a new name, as I say. Fulu Fedzani Rasuba. It's the human being I love. Franco Jose says, side chick word gesqueeze. Trouw mense sit in without consent.
Oh, I hope always with consent.
Vedi, how can you come here on this stream and ask what is squeezing? Seriously.
Squeeze nie, man.
Oh no, mas herro.
Ja, hero squeeze.
Hey, by 20, by
Dis
OGT.
waar. Hulle sit
Jealousy
net-
romantiese wil sy sê.
Vedi,
Hero sit net in.
Vedi, defend yourself.
Ja.
According to Merja, heroes squeeze nie. Heroes sit net in. Is it true or not?
I'm sure hero will think it's speelietjies. Wat's goed? Wat's 'n squeeze goed?
Wat jy daar?
Maar jy meen goeie moet.
What did you say?
I said a lot.
Wat jy jou? Wat jy doen ook? Matjie. Wat jy hierdie? Wat jy tabin?
Oh man. Jy skief. Skief aan by.
My shit. Yes. Ja. Ja, okay. Dis klaar. Dis klaar. Dis klaar. Ja. Can we talk? Can we go? Roviera says, by die troue daar by die heroes is net askies. Gly in en klaar.
You are dying today. I don't know why.
Is Vrydag vandag.
By die wamboes, die squeeze en kan maar romanties wees. Jy sal net gesê, wat maak jy? Wat maak jy?
Nee, Vedi.
Wat jy leer hier goed, man.
Vedi, you are not giving context here. You can't just say Merja hou op. It is not true at all. Why do people think we are so backwards? Here context. Gaten says, guys, please stop it. Some of us work in open places, office spaces. I can't hide my face laughing behind this mask forever. Maxwell Chero say, hey, jelle fat one boy. Yeah, Maxwell Chero says, hey, jelle fat one van die heroes so. Jelle moet nie gat vat nie. Franco just say, die hero kry hulle die geld. Okay, yeah, sorry. Die heroes kry geld. Yeah, let's be respectful here.
Yeah, we must respect.
Jelle namas klink net so.
We'll get our money, man. Ons sal dit e-wallet kry.
So guys, what do we have in the news today?
Police
Tuva?
seized trucks worth 10 million in October. I'll give you the backstory. The Namibian police seized illicit drugs worth a street value of over 10 million countrywide during the month of October In a statement to the media, police spokesperson Deputy Commissioner Kauna Shikwampi said cannabis accounted for most of the drugs as police seized 1,051 kilograms, 1,051 kilograms valued at $10.5 million.
Legalize weed. Okay, moving on.
And about 317 Mendrix tablets seized valued at 38,000, 5 grams of cocaine valued at 2,500, and while 43 units of crack cocaine and at 400 grams, and mushrooms. Mushrooms.
Where was this
I didn't know
discovered?
there's a magical mushroom.
Like, that's the drugs they got just in October.
Nee? But it's like all over the country or what?
All over the
Oh,
country.
I see.
So hulle het dit bymekaar gesit en getel. So drugs, like weed, ons het hoeveel weed, hoeveel geld, so met drugs, ja, so. En wat maak hulle met die goed?
Do they
Usually they
do they
con-
confiscate the
They
wildlife?
confiscate it.
They burn it.
Usually they burn it, yes. After they would keep it obviously for evidence and then they burn it. But they usually have a session where they, even
But do they burn
even the alcohol that they confiscated. Do you remember during the lockdown on your even that was destroyed. It's some of these things are so perplexing for me, but they do it. They destroy that stuff that they.
But do
destroy.
they like al die weed word gemaak?
Yeah.
Alles.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Okay, obviously, there's people in the police that might take it. I'm just saying, if it's kept in a safe,
Yeah, yeah.
the procedure is to destroy.
Yeah,
it. Is
but
to
they
destroy it.
do. Obviously, the police. There must be some rogue
Yes, yeah, the
police
rogue
officers
yeah.
who do take the opportunity, who understand the systems inside,
Yeah.
to make sure that Fundai, what is the worth?
It's $10.5 million.
Dat mense sê so 100,000 worth of whatever, yeah,
And
product
like,
just
there were-
vanishes.
all over in October, there were like 124 suspects, and 100 of them were Namibians, and were Tanzanians, Angolans, and Zimbabweans. So look at it this way. But my say, is a policeman, and you can create 10 million rand per drug dealer. Wat maak jy nou?
Yeah,
Wat maak jy nou?
yeah,
En
because
it's net jy en die drug dealer.
yeah,
En ek ken niks van squeeze en goed. Maar wat maak jy meer? Wat sal jy maak?
some of that
Will
money.
you arrest that guy with that 10.5?
You arrest? No. The Merja is the wrong person to ask.
Mary,
This one, useless. Hy sal die hele goed gaan afgee. Useless.
who's the guy, the cartel kingpin that was captured like 2 years back or 3 years, 5 years back?
El Chapo.
El Chapo offered those guys each 10 million
US.
US dollars, and there were 6 guys, and they still captured them. That's what I hate about this American
That's how you do it.
Marines and stuff.
Yeah, offer me, and then I'm going to still charge you for trying to bribe a police officer.
And then what do you get?
You don't have to. You're not getting there to get money. That's the problem with our flippant police officers. They get in there. He shall say Vrydag, month end. And let's say,
Vandag is
okay,
vandag.
die mense het Reno Coast toe,
Oh. Aha.
My bra, kos klim in ons traffic car. Ons gaan stop net daar, paar kilometers 8 Karibib 8.
Hallo.
We're gonna put up a speed trap.
Hallo.
They have no intentions of really issuing tickets.
Hallo.
They have intentions of getting money. And trust me, by the time
Geef
they
my net
get
ietsie
home,
kiezen.
they've lined their pocket. Al twee, seker met 5k elkeen, or 10 grand.
Wat het die
al
police
twee.
van Amerika gemaakt?
No, it's not about the police. I'm saying this is the issue we have.
Yeah.
Is because nobody's principled enough. Everybody's just trying to feed themselves, trying to do shit. You know? And that's the issue I have. Why should we set up a roadblock to so that people can pay you in bribes? Ah, my bra, ai.
Maria, die 25 is...
This was my license. Nee, my bra, sharp. Foreign too. It's nonsense.
Before we move on to the next story,
Anyway.
Estomi says, we know 50 Shades of Grey. Boy, yeah, this is the favorite topic of Estomi.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's our
Estomi.
favorite topic.
Yeah, imagine destroying weed, burning it, and getting high by the smoke. Yeah, very, very true.
Holy
very,
fire.
very true. Holy fire. Masha, near Maria, the alcohol confiscated se procedure was toch nie regtig gefollow nie. Jy weet dan, wat sê Moausie Bolle, jy weet dan nie wat squeeze is nie. Mashali, What do they really burn? Wilhelm Bolly. Hoe smaakt Mendrix Neville? Hey, line J. Ik ken nie. Estromi says, hi, I am a hero lady, but I have game. The heroes I have been with have game. I taught them tricks, they taught me too. You guys stop. Lost on my rape people. Whatever.
Can
Whatever.
Say, I wanna discuss this, and if it's true or not. Like I have a friend, right? Totoy. He always says women that brag usually don't perform.
Xavier.
Perform.
Xavier.
My brother Totoy says in his experience, women that usually brag. Ek is gevaarlijk in die bed. Ik kan goeders. Ik kan die en die maak. Those are apparently usually the disappointments.
Hey!
That's what still is.
Shots fired.
I'm not saying. Look,
No.
I'm not saying
We all fire shots.
I've never been with Esther,
If
so I
you want
wouldn't
to know tricks,
Yeah.
type een keer aan this.
Ai!
But that's really what he says.
You
He
gonna
says-
learn.
No, but that's really what my friend. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying this is what he keeps saying. Like even in a club setting, now you can like Jerry but so dance and twerk and no. He say this aspaza.
Listen.
Die stel enige wat daar in die hoek staan. Diana.
Listen. Hoe sê jy? Bekeer.
Maak die duivel los daar by die parkeer anties en jy sal leer Neville. Later jy gaan sien die anti-fout begin fout jy soos 'n akadus, soos 'n hoender. Jy wat die mannes word gevou. Want hy mense wag net tydig.
Bloed van Jesus.
But what has been okay? So what has your experience been? Never. The
Wag.
women that say a lot, do they back it up?
Wag. I just want to quickly read a few comments here. Hier die mense praat nonsens hierso vandag. Ja, Mich sê Merja, I can chop. You want to try?
Come try.
Ja, Wilhelm Mboli says Kongotfe mbwe. Kongotfe is like behind. Please, behind Kongotfe. There was one comment that I wanted to read here. Asino Kambikiti says, in my hero mold days, if you try to squeeze, they go like, Mwachoshiti, don't touch. Don't touch. Yeah, Maria says, yeah, we must watch out for the big mouths.
Ja.
I'm not saying it's true. That's why I wanted to get you guys' opinion. This is a male friend of
Yeah,
mine.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't know.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm not a man. But I wanted to ask because my friend Toto, like he really talks about that all the time. It's like his experience has been women that are self-proclaimed good in bed and they can do this and they can like, ek is gevaarlik, ek is warm, jy sal my nie, but he says most of the time, not 100% of the
Yeah,
time,
ne?
but most of the time,
Yeah.
his experience with them is usually walked away very disappointed.
Yeah.
Like
Ne?
apparently this, this groot mond, it's not om te brag. Like not all the time, but most of the women failed on the delivery. But he found his experience.
Was he not the problem?
I don't
Yeah,
know. That's
that's
what
a
I'm
clear
asking your
brag
opinion.
level.
But he's saying his experience is then the ones that are usually quiet. You know the ones that seem
That
very
is
timid. Says those are the women that, for
Gevaarlijk.
whatever reason, when it was behind closed doors, something just came out.
Die
you know?
duivel is los.
And that's his experience he
The
keeps
devil
talking
is
about. So that's what I wanted to know. Is it maybe, I guess maybe it's a unique experience, but did you also find like maybe that women that are more quiet sometimes will surprise you or most times surprise you and opposite women that talk a lot disappoint? Or can women back it up? Can we back it up?
I agree
Mich?
with your friend.
Yeah?
I agree with your friend. Most of the time, women they talk like, "Yeah, I want it for 2 hours, and I can do this." You know,
They can split.
They can split and what. My thing is the. Why would you want to be 2 hours with somebody doing that? Laat wie jokes skryf. Like for real, daar is 'n rede hoekom die boere net 3 kondome ingesit het, is die limit. No, say soek 5 rounds goed. Do you guys come out really right like 5 rounds and stuff? Hoe kyk julle mekaar na daai 5 rounde? Okay, never. don't say 5 rounds. No.
1 ronde. Klaar.
Finish.
1 round, man.
1 round.
Finish.
Extra
Proper
nie.
1 round.
Proper 1 round. Please,
That's my preference, actually.
please, if there's any Mavutu out there who even
Give me a
remotely
proper session.
think
Yeah.
that you want to onvermijde trip. 1 ronde. Ik
It's all I'm
gaan,
capable of.
ik gaan huis toe.
Come on, that's all I'm bringing to the
Is
table. 1
klaar.
round.
Is klaar.
Ja, maar wat kan mijn ouwens zeggen? Maar ik slaap 5 rounden.
Lies. Slieg.
My friend, I'm from
Niemand
the south.
slaan 5 rondes niet.
I'm from the south. I already have my shortcomings. Why would I want to go 5 rounds? Quit while you're strong. Quit terwijl je goed is. Een
Luister.
halve round.
Shots are being fired at you, Jay.
What did I do now?
Groot bek Mich. Vedi Kayere says, Mich is not qualified for this discussion with the experience of only 2 women.
That's the thing.
Now he's talking like he's
dated.
been with all the tribes and all the styles. So, very, moet ek vir Mich na jou toe stuur.
Okay, let me understand. Let me just correct this. You've only been in 2 relationships.
Yeah,
but
relationship.
you've obviously.
Ja,
Yeah, I've tried.
Oh,
Jay,
okay.
Jay,
Or maybe he's
Jay,
just
gewoon ngarima.
Navas says, Merja, you are 100% correct. This is obviously a guy's perspective.
Yeah.
And the same goes for guys that talk too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They are
but-
usually the ones that don't really get some.
Uh,
Yeah, I think some people overcompensate.
yeah.
1 to 2 rounds is human. 3 and more rounds are for porn stars. That is what Rose.
Yeah.
Maxwell says, a wise hero man once said, it's not the number of rounds that counts, it's the quality of the rounds.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Why is hero man?
Oh, what?
Is a hero man wat so gesê?
Hey, gaan Jay.
It's not. Miskien gesê, it's not the number of cows that you have. It's the quality of cows.
Nee.
Nou hoe kom change die man net die ding?
Maxwell, Medu, I understand completely. Ja. As daar omkalo lewe op die groep, if there are white people watching the show, as daar omkalo lewe is, asseblief, please give your opinion on this topic. We can't just, en het sê hoekom praat ons nie van wamboes nie? Why, hoekom word dit net op heroes geniet hierso?
Vedi say, Merja, I can't talk for other women, but I kinda can't back it up. Talk a lot, but I'm super shy. my women blood comes out in that department. So Vedi say, yeah,
What
you can
is she
buy a
saying?
prat. She's saying she can talk a lot,
She's
but she
agreeing
can't
with
back it
us.
up. She's agreeing. She's in van that's buy a prat, but she says she can't back it up because she's very shy.
Kaiten Curtis. Uncle Neville, it's not a lie. Those unemployed guys can go 4-5 rounds. So,
En die kwaito dancer.
yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
ooh, jene.
So Samuel Nakale, are you unemployed? Okay, because you say 5 rounds is possible. Even in my prime, when I was in my early 20s, you know what? Quality has always been really over quantity. Ek sal nie verby 2-3 gaan nie. 5. Hoe lyk ek na 5? Okay, what am I trying to achieve going 5 rounds? For what and for who?
Maybe you want to break your own record.
For what?
En dan moet je nog zondag kerk toe gaan. Nadat je 5 rounds met iemand zijn kind, kan je een gebed gaan beginnen. Na 5 rounds. Nee man. Nee, ik geloof niet in die 5 rounds toe.
I think,
Geef me
guys,
zero,
I think
geef me
this is why
nil.
it's important. Just like know your partner. Not everybody is into 1 round. There are really people that they want their 2 to 3 rounds op Iswakster. That's what their preference is, and there are people that prefer just 1 round. So just know your person.
Mijn probleem is, even na 2 rounds, dan is die vrouwmens ondankbaar. Ondankbaar.
Maar als
Zij
je
squat.
maar slecht is,
Na
man.
2 rondes.
Zij squat, kama. Zij zit net daar. Met die, ik heb niet gekomen gezegd. Nee man. Hierdie generations mensen, ken ik die wat gaan met hulle nie, never. Ik zeg, I'm not from this generation.
It's really none of my business whether you came or not.
Alsjeblieft.
Maria, as jy nie jou goed gekry het nie, deal with yourself.
I agree. Everybody should be responsible for their own thing.
Ja,
Ja.
alsjeblieft.
Ja. Nee, jy's reg, Ro.
Imagine, gaan goed.
Jy sal droog soos 'n
I-
prem
I-
daar
I-
uitkom.
I don't think I'll blame a man if I don't, because then I failed myself as well. So.
Seriously.
Gaan huis toe of gaan kook iets van jou teksgeld en gaan huis toe. Nou was jy kwaad met my in my kamer in my beddegoede. Nee man. Jy is maar kwaad met my. Nou,
So how
as
did we
die
get to
mense jou
this
vra,
topic? Wil jy
hoekom
nie
is
oor
jy
dag
kwaad?
gaan lees nie?
Wag. Some unemployed guys can go for many rounds because they have energy from doing nothing all day. Some of us come home from work, give the madam quality 30 seconds, then we pass out. Maxwell! Dis a bra.
Yeah,
Dis
bro.
a bra. Dis a bra.
Jy moet
Franco
nie agree,
Jose, Neville, why are you so lazy in bed in your early 20s? How the hiba do you bail out in the second round? Lester Franco, it worked for me and it still works for me. Okay? So, bly in jou baan met jou 5 rondes. Ek stel nie belang nie. Ka story aan Jesse my story nie. Tangeni with a capital says a proper 20 minutes of foreplay. Lank jong.
20 minutes.
And 5 minutes insit.
Ever.
Team 1 round.
20 minutes.
Yeah. Mohausi Boli says, I think your partner plays a great role in breaking that shyness. That is now to Vedi. Just my 2 cents. And that is and that is so true.
Yeah.
I must say, I think when me and Mevrouw started dating years ago, she between the two of us, she's the more conservative one. So a lot of things that we have done together in the last 20 years, whether it's
Was you initiated.
yeah, whether it's kom ons gaan na daai plek toe, or let's try this food, or let's try this. She's always been very conservative. So in that regard, as altyd nga if you have a partner, because if both of you are conservative,
I think you can.
Yeah,
you
it
can,
won't work.
Yeah,
it won't
I think you can be conservative, but I think be open-minded. But what I was thinking is, I think the culture here is, I don't think we discuss sex enough. And when I say sex enough,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about ons drunk and dan praat. Ja, ek is warm, I can do splits. I'm not talking about that type of talking
Yeah.
about sex. I'm talking about just like we pour into, especially when we're raising girls. Just an
Yeah.
example, you know, when a woman in the family is about to get married, say, okay, you know, this is how, you know, you don't discuss your matters in public. try
Yeah.
to you know, like that advice, that elderly advice we get from older women in our
Yes.
families, on especially when you're taking on that new role as a wife. It always falls short. I can only speak for our Wambo people. I don't know if it's the same in the Damara and
Nee,
Helo
let's
cultures.
cut.
I can only speak for our Wambo. They'll tell you everything about how to act as a woman, how you should be in public, how to be as a mother, how to be as a wife, and what. But the one topic they will not touch on is sex.
ne?
And that is such a huge aspect of a relationship, whether marriage or just romantic, right? It's such a big component, but we just don't discuss it enough. I heard, for
Wait a
example,
minute. Are you talking about your peers now?
I'm talking about my people, my tribe, my Oshibambo people.
I understand.
Yes, I'm,
but do you expect that discussion to come from who? You are.
I'm
Jason
talking about
Young-
from the elders now.
Oh, okay.
I'm speaking
okay.
about from the elders. We just don't. It's like I said, they'll give you advice on how to be a good wife and how to be a good mother, and prepare you for some of the challenges you might face when you have disagreements with your husband, you know, and so forth. But they will always fall short of discussing bedroom affairs, right?
But what are they supposed to discuss? It's
No, unlike there are actually some tribes I heard that they actually are more open about it. They'll say, okay, you know what, you know,
This
try
is how
to
you
do
do
some
it.
Kegel exercises. You know, if you are struggling to like get wet, try this. You know, they actually talk about it.
Luister
in
toch.
detail.
Laat ons luister hierso.
luister.
We are listening.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, some cultures talk about it in details because then you prepare. I mean, imagine assuming even if you were getting married as a virgin bride, right? and you're just not prepared for it. Or even if you're not a virgin bride, but like maybe you don't really have sexual experience because you're not liberated, but it's still a taboo topic in your topic. I realized when we had a women's room on Clubhouse, I realized that there's so many women that are inquisitive about issues of sex and they don't know who to discuss it with. Some people are too shy. They're like, oh, I'm too conservative. I can't discuss it. It's not something I can even discuss with my family. I can't even discuss it with my girlfriends. But the question is, why do we treat sex as such a thing that you can't even go to your elders or to your relatives, especially women, and say, you know what? I don't know. I don't really get wet during sex. How can I assist with to get more lubricant? I'm just giving an example because these are real things that happen in real relationships. But people have to kind of try and figure it out
themselves.
And a lot of times they can't figure it out. So then the sex life is just, it's in tatters, you know, like, because it is such an important aspect. I mean, physical pleasure and, you know, that physicality between a couple is so important, but it becomes neglected because she's not getting optimizing, she's not getting the most out of it, and he's not getting the most out of it. So all of them are frustrated because it's lekarni. But you could find that guy is great with somebody else, or she was great with somebody else.
Yeah.
Most deaf.
Because she understood or was told what to do or how to do it.
Mich, how important is sex for you in a relationship? Good sex.
Good sex.
Yeah.
I think I want the good sex to be counting up at least 40% of my relationship.
Huh?
At least 40%. And when I say good sex, I don't mean like, come on,
Porn
every
star
word
sex.
and what. I just mean when we have that connection, it should feel like, gah.
So
There's no
40, sex is about 40%.
Yeah, I want the good sex to make up like in the connection that we have, because I believe sex is a transfer of energy. You know, and that's why I personally don't like sleeping around with this woman, this one. I don't like having one girl over here, one girl
preserve your
over
energy.
there, one girl. You know, I don't like that personally because I know it's a transfer of energy, and some
Yeah.
people have dark energy. And
Nah.
you can't just sleep with anybody. So
Ooh,
when me
that's
and my
deep.
so when me and
That's
my
deep
girl,
what you say.
so when me and my girl are transferring this energy, we exchanging it, we become one almost. So
Nah.
that's why you'll see people that have dated each other for a long time look like brother and sister almost. Like you'll see them married
There's
for
actually a psychology around that, but it's not related to sex.
yeah, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it becomes like that, you know. So people will look at me and my girlfriend and be like, "Yeah, like she was brother and sister." No, but I just want that connection to be there. It should always feel like, we are connecting, not like,
Yeah.
Like, on say it means like pity sex.
Pity.
Like, yeah, pity sex. Like, I'm in this relationship. I guess,
It's a
Ik wou
duty.
voor
Like,
swappen
let me, I
vandaag.
just have to do it because I have to do it.
you know. So that's I don't want it to be that way. I want it 40% must be that connection with me and the girl, whether it's intimate, you know, whether it's like the sex itself, whether it's just like the guy said there, foreplay, that they just come up foreplay, come on. But we should just spice it up.
Yeah. How important is sex to you?
I think sex is slightly higher for me than 40%. It's probably, if I can't connect sexually with someone, then there's nothing for me.
Everything else goes wrong.
Yeah, everything else goes wrong.
Yeah.
For me, the reason why I stepped to you was because of your physical appearance, because I wanted to conquer you at this specific time. I don't give a shit about your personality or your character.
Inner beauty.
Inner beauty, whatever. That beteken niks for me at first. Nie.
Just physical attraction.
It's just physical attraction. So obviously the first year of our relationship is there's a lot of focus on physicality. The energy that you talk about, that I share, that we both share with each other. So that is important for me. I think later on, I start realizing after a few months, it's Nema Maria's nga. She respects my mother. She likes my children.
I make her laugh.
Yes, I
laugh
make
when
her
we're-
laugh.
yeah.
Wow, she's a good cook. So all these other nice attributes
You see them later.
makes me to stay in the relationship. And you, on the other side, Maria, you decide what you like about me as a guy. But for me, sex, yeah.
So
And
important component.
And it's Vedika Yeres, just a few comments. Vedika Yeres says, thank you, Mich. Transfer of energy. Is nie grappies niet, so true. Esther Mich, of course, yeah. Mich is dead at 40%. Lord help your son. That's what she says. Franco Jose, as Jason die kak, jy sal nie by Esther Mich verbykom nie. Mich, what if your girlfriend go cheat with someone with dark energy? Yeah, that has happened. Franco, that has happened many a times in our
And then you
lives.
just see change, like your.
Yeah.
Can I discuss about this transfer energy? Why do we always talk about transfer of energy, like dark energy, what? But we never talk about transfer of energy when rubbing off when it's something good. Why is it always the negative? I mean, when it comes to transfer of energy conversation, I think that's ultimately the issue I have with it. We always, what preserve your energy, transfer of energy as well. But nobody talks about, okay, if, for example, you're rich and I sleep with you, who come for teki reiki?
I'm
just saying, it's a transfer of energy.
Okay, I'll explain it to you. You could be rich, ne? But when we talk about energy, we don't mean about your money.
Now I'm talking
what
about
you're doing.
the drive now. Okay, my energy is that
drive for
I'm
what you-
very. I'm not talking about physical money. I'm saying, for example, my drive, my energy is I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler. I don't sit still. I'm there to make stuff happen. That's my energy, right? If that's your energy and I sleep with you, right?
Okay.
I should also that should transfer to me, and I should now also become whatever. Maar as ek lê is en al slap ek met 'n man wat so is. Ek bly net lê.
Jy bly net daar.
This
Explain
I'll
it.
explain to you. I'll explain to you this way. This is why. You know, the world is run by a word, right? You can't do anything without speaking. Everything, even your birth, came from a word. Your father had to say something to your mother for them to sleep. You see? So this is how it works. People believe more in the negative than the positive. As iemand vir jou sê ek sal vandag toer, jy sal 'n response vir dit hê. Maar as iemand vir jou sê jy sal vandag ryk raak, jy sal sê die mense. Maar mense se gedagte is altyd net as iemand iets sleg oor hom sê,
You start
hy
believing.
react, you start believing
So
that.
you respond to the negative.
Yeah, and that's what I say. So I already know it's like that. So why would I want to do that? Why do I want to have that chance? Because I know as a human being, I know that if somebody says something bad about me, I would want to say it back to them.
Kenin Klavo says on point. Kom ek lees gou 'n paar comments, guys. Suzette Ogro says well said, Mich, 100%. Velalem Bolly says Bambus lê net houde. Very boring in
We
bed.
have to get to you with
Yeah.
that.
Just one style missionary. Klaar.
What is wrong with missionary?
As jy doggy probeer,
very
dan word jy
progressive
gevra, wat maak jy?
Dis nie honde nie.
Franco Jose says, sexual intercourse is perceived like disrespecting swapolitas. Ay. Kurwat. Woo! Musambio Mwene. With your 30 seconds, then you snore. Next thing you hear is your partner was chopped by the car. Poor guy on the street. Then you start blaming Satana.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maxwell Chiero says, Can I please have your house address? I want to come drop off some pizza and Red Bull. Fusek, nie by my is nie. Jy sal nie kom nie. Samuel Makale says, we deliver the much needed service, Uncle Neville. That's why we have married women cheating because some of married men are failing in bed. I am employed. This is what he says. Monica Lewinsky says 2 rounds. Watch Pornhub. Continue to round 3 and 4. And May Hayes. Daar word geslap. And May Hayes. Roviera says, Merja, I can do the splits. I Jy kan nie split nie, Jay. Roviera Oshuamba girls arms across the face during sex.
No, a lot of it we can joke about it, but a lot of it is.
Excuse me.
It's actually true, ne?
That's what I was going to say. A lot of it is, like I said, it's sex is such a taboo. I can only
Yeah.
really speak for Shivambo culture. I'm not well versed on all other cultures, right? I can only speak about my people. But a lot of it is that. And then when you are sexually liberated, you're ashamed for it, you know? So it's just, I don't think my people understand the importance of, and I think they think like to be liberated is to sleep with the whole world. If you are liberated, gay, slav met elke man, right? It's not even about that. Being sexually liberated is also knowing when to preserve that.
Kom ek sê jou, Merja. And I'm just talking from
Your
the
experience.
stereotype
Yeah.
perspective of me, moi,
Yeah.
Mina. We were, when it comes to Oshiwambo girls, the impression that I have
Yeah.
is Oshiwambo girls, materialistic, you must have money, she needs to be wined and dined, blah, 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 but conservative. Oshiwambo girls. Over hetero girls, very free-spirited when it comes to sex. Okay? Anything goes. Please don't think for 1 second that she's going to stay loyal to you if you're not going to be loyal to her. If you step out the front door, she steps at the back door.
Yep.
Over hetero. That is the impression that we have of over hetero women. Damara women, loyal. Loyal through thick and thin.
To a fault sometimes.
Ja, jy sal my nie los nie, ek sal jou nie los nie. Die goentjie, jy's my goed. Nama women, same, but apparently sexually it's the best. This wetness that you talk about, apparently Nama women can stay wet like for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Hulle raak nie droog nie. That's the impression. Colored women, Buster women, for sheer experience, if you want to test your sexual prowess in terms of whatever experiments you want to do, jy gaan daarby om kalo lewe. Hulle het die storie nie. Sla. So these are
is the
some
stereotypes.
of these are the
These are all
stereotypes.
stereotypes.
These
Yeah.
are all stereotypes that's out there. Yeah.
I think I've heard similar, except for the liking money, whatever, because I'm from the north. That's not a typical stereotype we have, because Vambo woman play na shek says damage or work, you know, like
Yeah.
you know, that element. Maybe city life is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the girls in the city life, but also
Can we
I
talk
think-
city life?
I think also city life, I was about to say, I think with city life, we also need to remember this money thing is a new wave. It's not from, say, it's not even from 10 years ago. This thing of soft life, as a brokers, blay fair van me af. That's a new city life, city girl
Yes.
life. But it's also not limited to Awambo girls. Now, like girls now, whether whatever background,
Yeah.
that's all it is now. It's like,
Play
don't
fair
waste
van
my
me
time if you can't bring some dollars on the table, right? It's a new thing, but it's not limited, I think, to a specific tribe.
Ek hoor.
But the stereotypes I've heard, only to add to that, is the girls from Katima, the Kavango or say Zambezi region. I've also
Laat ons
heard
hoor.
the, much like you're saying, that apparently they are very
Sexually.
not like, yes, sexually liberated in a
Yeah,
sense that
they-
because they discuss, their
Yeah.
parents discuss
That's
sex
what I
with
also-
They
them.
do.
They do.
Yes.
They have.
The
I think they also have
the women discuss
dances
sex,
and stuff that
yeah,
they do.
the women
So-
discuss sex with, you know, adolescent girls as they're growing up. Like that is something that is discussed. Like, you know, you have to keep it tight. You have to do this. You have to. That is apparently women in that area, that Zambezi region. That is something that they openly discuss. I mean, not between men and women, but amongst women.
Women, yeah.
So
What I also heard,
I heard about that.
Yeah, what I also heard is like when the girl is getting married, the night before, like after the marriage, what the aunties will like tell her, like do this to him tonight.
Yes,
do
yes,
this,
yes.
try
Yeah,
this
I heard
out with
about
him.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So that's what
pity.
they do. That's
Yeah,
what
they
they
say,
do.
oh, men like this, try to do this, you must try, and you know, I heard also that happens. I don't know how true it is, but
Wow.
it's again, it could
But,
all just be
but I
stereotypes.
think we need to have more of, like, women need to have more of these talks, and men also need it, because they are also shy men, I know.
Yeah,
I know, like,
and also men.
I know
there's also a
guys
lot of
that-
men that don't know how to please women.
Please,
so
yeah.
this is like,
So I think as men, we should also sit down and also have these open talks, because some men are also traditionally
yeah,
altered.
very traditionalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't believe in vou jou vrou soos 'n hoender, soos 'n Agatha stories wat julle van praat nie. They believe in God se style. Government.
God se style.
But you
But
guys
die
should
Here
stop
aan ons gegee.
slandering missionary. It got our parents through things. Asseblief.
Sorry, hoe sê jy?
Let us stop slandering missionary. Sommige van julle was geconceive met daai storie.
Ek ken ek is 'n
Now
missionary.
you want
Ek
to
ken dit.
slander. And by the
Because
way, can I be honest? I
All
think
of
it's-
us are
can
missionary
I
children.
just wanted to say, I think people that hate, I think only people that are not sexually liberated hate missionary. There's absolutely nothing wrong with missionary. Missionary is only a problem if that's all you do, right? But missionary has a place in a person's sex life.
Yeah.
Government style.
Yeah, it really is. And I think it's just the perception is it's boring. Missionary doesn't have to be boring. Like it really does.
You know, there's some people that can make it work, AJ.
There's really, personally for me, I love missionary. There's
Yes,
nothing
there's
wrong with
nothing
it.
wrong. It just has a bad rap. There's absolutely nothing.
I love
Why?
it too.
Hey,
I love it too.
hey. Why are you giving missionary a bad rap?
Laat
Yes,
hulle
I
vir ons
bet
sê
that.
Laat hulle sê.
dat dom style of wat.
Okay. Okay. If missionary is not this style, what is the style?
What is the style now? Yeah.
Now
What
let's look that doggy one. But that's what I'm saying is I think it's people when you want to show that
It's
you
the
are
wave,
sexually
man.
liberated.
That
You're
come
like, yeah, ek hou nie van hy missionary nie. I was just telling you about my bra wat sê cherries wat baie praat. This is
Daar
a
is die
cherry wat
story,
nou baie
ja.
praat. Ek missionary asseblief. Hou daai missionary weg van my af. Ek soek doggy style, a woman on top as ek daar bo is. Ek kan die goed werk aan hulle.
Okay, that's fine.
And then you
Helicopter.
go to the bedroom and the woman on top is
Then
so
you
stiff.
bomb.
Unless hy soos 'n padda wat da bamboe gesien het in 'n rainy season. Fucking
I put like
No, but it's true, bro. Neville, what's the difference between Swabo and Guanyama girls? Swabo likes being on top.
Ah.
But look, she's right, man. Like, I think people say stuff to follow a trend. Like, even like on Facebook, when ladies always say like, yo, size matters, it has to be big, the guy has to do what, and what. And then I go in the comments, and some of those ladies I slept with. And I'm like,
So,
okay,
Hanakam.
Hanakam. Jy kom praat van kama, it has to be big. Wat het al reg gekom met my shortcomings?
Ek wil nou 'n bietjie order bring because Narina says, dit sê wat het gister in die hof gebeur met Mike. Net so 5 minute dan kan ons terugkom na die topic toe.
Nee, Narina.
You're
Nee,
very correct,
moenie
Narina.
Jacob besluit hierso nie.
Yes,
But
you're
look,
very
it's
correct.
chill.
Let us just
Yeah,
I
you're
think we can just give a quick update.
Yeah.
So we know Mike was day 3 again giving his testimony in his bail hearing. A bit of change in details. He on day 1, if you guys recall, said all his instructions were given to him by Esau, and that the money went to Swapo, but everything he did was on instructions from Esau. Yesterday he changed his version. He said he actually admitted that he never directly communicated with Esau, actually never even spoke to Esau like that, where instructions were given, and that in fact his instructions came from James Hatuikulipi. That's what came out in the court. I think they tried to, I think the state tried to understand why he changed his tone or his testimony, and he just said that it was, even when James was giving the instructions, for him it was always with the understanding that that instruction came from Esau. Okay, so now we know James was the person giving instructions. Apparently most of the instructions were given verbally. So I don't know if there's going to be a trail to see where those instructions are given, but apparently most of it was verbal. And in Mike's head, even when he was getting the instructions from James, it was representing the Esau.
Yeah.
Which we all,
That's- yeah.
it could, I mean, name dropping as Masoka done. So
Yeah.
I don't know. it's anybody. Now I think it will be interesting to see what James is going to say in his bail hearing. But yeah,
But will this him changing his statement affect his bail hearing?
it could and it could not. I mean, it depends how significant it is. It will be. It could also be a thing of why you're changing your version if it's true, because the truth should never change. The truth should never change. And if your truth on Monday is a different truth on Wednesday, then are you a liar? Are you telling the truth? And why the change of versions? And why didn't you clarify on Monday when you initially made the statements that you understood that the instructions was coming from Esau, not necessarily that the instruction came directly from Esau. So yes, it can work against him, but I mean, it's anybody's guess what will happen, because there's 6 of them applying for bail. I think the presiding officer is going to hear each case is going to be treated separately, obviously. And then we'll see what happens. But that's really all that happened in court yesterday, nothing major.
Cool. Virginie, the
Stories.
comments, Virginie, she means it. Franco just say, Wambo ladies don't like to be licked downstairs.
Aye.
It's like being accused of fish rot.
Ek had die Vrydag. Vrydag praat ons. Hoe kom doubt ons daar?
Maxwell Chero, there's nothing wrong with missionary. The problem is when your partner wants nothing but missionary.
Yeah,
okay,
I
there
That's
I
what
agree.
guess
Yeah,
that's
I
what the
agree.
pro-
Yeah.
You're right. That's where the problem comes.
Now you're there at work distracted with fantasies about Doggy 69. Muausi Boli, Franco Jose, I am saying there are ladies who sleep with hardworking partners or husbands and also receive the EFT on time. JJHK, what is sidewinding? Korwanje.
Da.
I've probably did some sidewinding in my life, but I just
Didn't
there's
know it's
probably-
a thing.
Maxwell Chero says, if that's true about Zambezi women, then say no more. Ektrek Katima too. Franco Jose said there are books available, Kama Sutra. Franco Jose Sibola, you are advocating that it is fine for married women to pitch in here and therefore a positive EFT. Yes, Tangeni with the capital, the Holy Grail. Kalolete Perentu. Net so.
And sorry, guys, to talk about it, but even like I said again, a clubhouse, I'm going to take it, the women's room. I realize sometimes there is really a lot of curiosity, but I think women just don't know who to go to. Like, for example, there was the one, because they call it ladies' night, right? Where it's just women in the room. It's closed off, no guys can be there, so it's a safe space. But I remember the one day there was a lot of curiosity about BJs.
About what?
BJs.
Oh, about BJs.
Yeah.
Okay.
About BJs and how to
BJ's hierdie kant van Bethel.
Yeah. BJ Space, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. BJ Space.
So yeah, there was a lot
Yeah.
of curiosity about BJs and the correct way to do it, and some women say, "Oh, I don't know if I'm doing it," but what the gist of what I was hearing from the room is like, so many women want this information. So many women want to be empowered with this information. So many women want to be able to please their partners, right? You know, they actually want, it's like, oh, how do I control so I don't feel like gagging? Like, just sort of those type of questions, right? They seem so, yeah, if you want to scandalize them, they can seem very sensational, but they're not. These are normal questions, like, how can I give a BJ without gagging? How do I know that I'm doing it correct? You know, how do I avoid the teeth? What are the do's and the don'ts
teeth.
and whatever?
The teeth.
But-
The
Yeah, there's a lot of the point I'm trying to make is there's so much curiosity, but women, because you might not necessarily get that information on, by the way, Google. You know, you might find bits and pieces, but a lot of it is really, especially when you go to the details of it, like this and that, and try and do this and whatever. This is stuff that you should be having with your girlfriends or with the women in your life. But because sex is such a taboo for so many people, and it's not just limited to Wambo women, it's just like, man, where should women get information? Women want this information, so we need to just get a little bit out of this shelf of like treating sex like it's a bedroom affair. You
Yeah.
know, it's something that just happens in the bedroom and it should not be spoken about, and that mudne dable. You know, we need to get out of that mindset so that we can pour into each other and enrich each other. The only issue is sometimes, you know, you be educating these bishops and then they go sleep with your man.
That's the. But look, Clubhouse, you guys have these discussions. Now, how can, like, for the viewers, for the viewers that also want this information, how can they join Clubhouse?
No,
Like,
no,
and
no.
to-
Clubhouse is just an app.
Yeah. So
It's an app
App,
called
yeah, yeah.
Clubhouse, and you just register, and then you go into the rooms that you want. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm saying, you know, this the Namibian house where a lot of people Namibians join, and then there's lots of topics we can discuss. But I'm talking about this Mummy's Night. They specifically have it on a Saturday, and there's lots of topics that it's not always about sex. Sometimes they discuss how to empower each other, how to whatever, you know, like lots of topics. But some of the times I'm not always in there, but I'm saying one of the topics I know that they were discussing the one day I was in was BJ's.
So don't you think you should discuss this thing with your man, like if like the thing of the BJs and what? So you could do it and just ask him, is it cool this way, or you know, just discuss it with him. How would you like it, or how do you like it, and then you do it.
I agree. There should obviously be communication between partners, but I think it's also complicated because I know, like, I think with men there's two responses. Stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop. It's all right. You don't have to do that. It's all right. You know? Like, if you know how to do it, the man wants you to do it all the time. He loves it, right? And if you don't, and he knows you don't, he'll just say, it's what?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mat manet wat jy kan.
No, he won't even give you that. It'll just be like, it's all right. It's so belangrijk. Baby, it's all right. You hoef that. It's all right.
Klemboer.
Yeah, klemboer. So I don't think it's easy. I also don't think it's easy for a man to communicate or to tell you, because I think with men they just know that they like it, and not necessarily they like it because you did this or did that.
Oh
or
yeah, now I get you.
You understand? So I think it's more. There are women that are self-proclaimed good at giving head, right? There are women that they know they can give head because the responses they've had when they were giving head is like, yo, Jimuta, conference, seminar, oh, jazz,
A live performance.
So a woman that knows how to give a BJ knows. Just
Yeah.
like a woman who doesn't know, she doesn't know. It's by the way, women that don't know have no qualms. They can lie to you and say,
Yeah.
"Yes, baram."
Yeah.
But a woman that doesn't know how to give a BJ, no, she doesn't know. She'll be like, you know what? If she's being honest, she'll be like, I don't really enjoy doing it. I know I'm not really good at it. But a woman that knows.
So it's
So
not
I'm
like
saying those would be the women that should teach other women. Should
Yeah.
pour themselves.
For example,
Yeah.
doggy style, a woman with an arch back like this.
And you never thought.
Yeah, die. Hunchback. Hello, doggy style. Okay.
Lift your ass in the
Please,
air.
your back is not supposed to do this.
You're not a camel.
Yeah, you're not a camel.
Bruh, I'm
Yeah.
too young for this stuff.
Yeah. So laat die groot mense praat.
Yeah, I'm too young.
Yeah, ladies, yeah, doggy style. Your back must, that's touchy. Yeah, laundry belt se dek weg. Jy moet so gaan. Just very quickly, Estomish is asking here, in Norway there's a sexual term called brandbil akka, or also known as fire truck. Do you know what that means? I love the response in that of Franco Jose. Yeah, in Namibia there's a sexual term called kapana style, also known as thunderstorm. Do you know what that means? Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Franco. Thank you.
Ja.
Ons sal nie kom kak vertel word hierso van. No way, nonsense hierso. No, so Estomish.
Hulle kry mekaar selfde.
Yeah. So Estomish responded. You bite a bit to scare him, especially if you had a disagreement. I would not want to have anything to do with you. Any woman who wants to bite you to
There.
show you.
Kom maar.
Nee, dit wil je net zo. Ik wil je net
Volgende
wezen.
keer as jy met my streek.
Franco say,
Ah.
viewers be advised, it's Freaky Friday.
Huh? Huh?
Say viewers be advised. It's Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow says, when do we teach them? And then WDH says, should this not be maybe XXXX rated? Yeah.
We teach each other.
You see, that's
different
what
things.
you're saying. That it's exactly what you're talking about. We don't have these discussions. And
Yeah,
when
no,
we
I
do,
understand, but
people
he's-
always be like,
Yeah, okay. I understand why you're saying XX rated because it is adult conversation.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to know that a 16 or 15-year-old is listening to our show because as much as we need to talk about it, we need to talk about it amongst adults.
Yes.
yeah.
You know, we don't want to encourage.
And they're supposed to be at
activities.
school, Lucas. So
Yeah, so be
What
so.
are- why
What
are
are
they-
you doing on the show?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I also wanted to ask you. Is like, as a woman, if you're enjoying something, you should. Why don't you just let your partner also know? Because some women, they know they enjoy this, but they want to keep it back or what. If you enjoy PJs, let your man know, I like this. And I
Yeah.
want to do it. So
Yeah.
that the man can also be like, she can also be like, yeah, so, you know.
Can I be honest with you? You know what the issue in this year Namibia is, right? A lot of women have to suppress a lot of their desires, a lot of their
Yeah.
experience, whatever. Because what I know is, if you are good at what you do, right, in the bedroom, a lot of Namibian men, right, instantly is like,
Says after.
do you feel men say choka as long as maybe them they start slut shaming you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So
It's
women,
dumb.
a lot of times, a lot of women actually hold
dumb.
back
Ah.
because they don't want to be perceived as sluts,
Yeah.
right? So they
You're right.
hold back a lot of what they know or
Ah.
what they, you know, just
What they
because,
like, what
yeah,
they enjoy,
because
yeah.
of this slut shaming.
Please
And-
don't hold back with me.
yeah,
That's a
and I know men
I
say
hate
that, right? But don't they say, my hero is too experienced.
Yeah. Speedometer.
There's a big feel experience, Jay. You know, because in their
I'd rather have
minds,
that.
you must have slept with 20 men to learn that thing, right?
So what?
So
So
that,
what?
and it should
Your
be
body
a so
count.
what, but in this society where we are still a semi-conservative society, or we like to pretend we are, it is still a big thing. Women don't want to be called, to be perceived as sluts or hoes or busy, so they would rather downplay a lot of that sexual liberation.
And
I mean, there are
suppress
women
it,
that
yeah.
don't care. Let
Yeah.
me be very clear. The women that don't care, they'll do whatever.
I'd
It's
rather
like,
have that.
whatever.
Yeah.
And men will say they prefer that till you find the woman say, that shit is warm. Sy gaan 'n styl hier gemaak. Wat het hy dan
Sy
geleer?
lig my bene die.
Wat het hy dan geleer?
But look, I'd rather have that. A woman that's liberated and that wants that.
It's what you guys
I don't
say,
like the
guys.
girls
I
that-
don't know. I'm not convinced.
The girls that come out like what, and then when you get to that, they start becoming R. Kelly. Usually I don't do this, but I hate that. I hate that. Don't do that. Just tell me you like it and it's done.
Wilhelm
And then I
Bolly says, daar is ook biltong style. Jy hang soos 'n biltong. Listen, that's our last comment for today.
Asseblief.
Yeah, I can net say my last contribution towards this topic is that, you know what, in my lifetime, I have disappointed some women sexually.
Why do you always put
Eh,
out that disclaimer?
Nee!
Who wants to tell you
Because
that
maybe they
disclaimer?
are watching the show
Who
and
wants
they
to
might
tell them that
comment.
Nee,
disclaimer?
ek sê. Kyk,
He always puts that disclaimer. I don't even think he realizes he's
Ah,
putting it up.
I do.
But every
I
who
do.
want this disclaimer?
Do you know
out
why
there?
I do it?
They will comment.
Nee, ek wil hulle moet comment. Because you see, the thing is, the reason I'm saying that, and it's also to show our own flaws. Okay, there's no way in my sexual career from the
It's a
age
career now.
it's a career from the age of 18 until the age of 50 that I could have been the sexual superman of every woman that I
I know
was
for a
with.
fact I've never disappointed
Yeah.
anybody.
No, and that's what you always say on the show.
Yeah.
But you know what?
No, actually, it's the first time I'm saying it.
Nah, you've said it on the show before.
No, I've never disappointed.
You,
No, what I've said on the show
Yeah.
is before, I've never had a
Merja.
bad experience.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
said that. I've had some experiences that were better than others.
Yeah.
But I can seriously not sit here and say, die man was sleg. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't because, you work with what you have. But you The cards you are dealt with,
Yeah.
you work with them. you know,
And those
you
guys
really
that you
work.
have been with, they say the same thing if they would speak about you.
I know they. I know.
Aye, oh,
Very,
Listen, no, it's not even
oh.
to brag. I don't care about. I'm just saying is, they might say they've had better than me. I'm not saying that they haven't, right?
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I know for a fact there's nobody I've been sexually involved with, right? I'm talking about a sexual relationship that will say she
That
was
will comment
bad.
and
You
say-
understand? They might have had better, but they will not say, because what, like I said, it's about making it work and enjoying it together. You know, like that's a big part of it, and it's important. But that also happens if you're not doing one night stands. You understand? It's not just a going. For me, before the sex, there has to be a
Chemistry.
chemistry build up. You understand? So by the time you actually do get to the bedroom, you know, there's already a lot of chemistry that it can't be terrible.
Terrible, yeah.
It
Yeah,
can-
yeah,
look,
yeah.
It might not be the
That's me.
best, but it will not be terrible because you're already attracted to this person. You've already spoken. You already like them. You know what I mean? You already like them. So it's just not bad. That's what I'm saying. That's how I've always handled my sex life. I don't mind people that don't handle it that way. That's how I've always handled it. So that's why I can confidently say that. But I can also say I also never had a bad experience
Yeah.
because the chemistry build up.
No, I think I've given you some experiences here in the
Yes.
studio that I had. Why
Yes,
die
yeah,
goede nie gewerk het nie.
Yeah.
So because there was no chemistry
Yes,
between
there was
me
no-
and
Zeg,
that.
"Jy wil net chop."
Ja, hy wil net chop laat ek
Ja.
huis toe gaan. So
Ja,
en
ja.
Here it. Oh.
Jy goed flop altyd.
Ja.
Wanneer wil julle leer? Jy
Nee,
goed flop
soms wil
altyd.
hy ook net I just want
Net 'n
a
kopie.
pacifier.
Ek is die Here se man. Ek doen nie daai goed in.
Ai.
Ek is die Here se man.
So guys, we've come to the end of the show. Maybe you guys must tell us as we
In
sit
the
here.
comments, yeah.
Nee, ons gaan nie nog verder kom. As ons nou comments
Ja,
lees
ja.
nee, ons sal nie ophou nie. Ons sal nie ophou nie. So what are you guys planning for the weekend?
I've got Fashion Week.
Nee.
Yeah.
I've got runway shows today. I've got runway shows tomorrow, and then I've got a private runway show on Sunday. So like my weekend is booked and busy with Fashion Week. Yeah, that's gonna be my weekend. We're just gonna look glamorous and dress up, and
I was
look
also
cute.
invited to the Fashion Week, man.
Fashion Week.
Yeah,
You also
the Fashion
invited.
Week. One of my friends is a model there, Mukendo in Javera.
All right.
A
So am I
hero
gonna see you
model.
there?
Hey.
Hy loop soos 'n bees.
Ooh.
Am I
as
gonna
my
see you
friend-
there?
As my yeah.
All right,
We're
okay,
gonna
cool. Then
we
I'll see
definitely
you.
have to meet, and then I wanna go check out the kid that they say it's mine. I'm kidding, Neville. But yeah, I think after the Fashion Week, I just wanna lay back, relax, have a beer.
Nee.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'll be cool, man. I'll be cool.
Ja.
After the Fashion Week, I'll be cool, really.
Ja, for
Just be
me
relaxed.
I'm just going to be having a lazy day today. And tomorrow during the day, there are some family members of mine that I so much miss and that I have not seen in a long time. I want to sit because I've really been busy the last couple of weeks. So I really just want to sit that out for tomorrow. I was invited tomorrow evening to Ims Mulunga's 50th birthday. So I'll be going to Im's 50th birthday tomorrow. Yeah, I would love to go and check that out.
Fat my son.
Yeah, ne?
It would have been nice if it was Im's like
What? Ims?
10th anniversary or
What?
wedding anniversary.
Nee,
Good, yeah.
some people are not made for this nonsense.
Then why does he
Sy
keep
wil mense
trying?
terg, bra.
Ja.
Sy hou van
Why does he
mense
keep
terg.
trying?
Say nyatsa.
Yeah,
Sy nyatsa
Im's unfortunate marriage is not for you, maybe.
Ja. No, dis mos reg. Dis mos das is 'n lame
Maar
Leave
wat ek sê,
us.
jy moet aanvaar.
Oh,
Jy is
us.
aanvaar. Jy moet aanvaar.
Jy moet hom miskien sê as ons daar kom. Jy moet my saamvat gou.
blessed weekend.